Okay, so it is March 3rd right now, 2023, and I've just survived probably a 12-hour microwave harassment campaign. And what I would like to share with you guys is how I did it. So I've been going through this harassment for multiple years now, and I've tried hundreds of different things to get a little bit of relief. So when I tell you that this radio really helps. Now this is a TECSUNS R9012 world receiver radio, and what I've done is I've bought a few of these bad boys, and if you go to like your hardware store or any regular like Walmart or whatever, you can pick up this. This is a grilling plate for vegetables or salmon or anything like that. This is made by Weber. And what I did is I flipped this thing over because it's got unique shape, and this is conductive metal, and it's also kind of got that bowl shape that would provide your head some relief. So before you start to get really judgmental about what I'm about to relay to you, when these two antennas cross, what happens is a different antenna is born. This is now creating a turnstile antenna that's specific to cylindrical waveforms, satellite transmissions, and drone transmissions. Okay, so if you're a targeted individual, that's going to sound like music to your ears because you know that this is done from aerial transmitters. So right now I'm going to start turning this volume on, and you're going to see that we're picking up. Here, let me put these apart from each other to show you that we are still picking up incoming electromagnetic radiation. If I were to put this over my head like this, I would definitely notice and feel a hell of a relief. But if I cross these two, create a dipole effect, and then do that, we're literally picking up their transmission. And again, you're going to have great success with this on a variety of different channels. It's not that sensitive. This is going to make it very difficult for them to communicate to you with V2K or give you a migraine or change your mind state. So I don't give them any chance in the morning. I wake up, I sleep with this on my head the whole night, and I wake up and try to keep this over my head as long as possible because it makes a gigantic difference as far as being at your best. I'll just say being at your best and thinking clearly. And this is proof that our government is very invested in deteriorating our mind states, and they have no desire to tell us about this. But I have the desire to wake up and tell you first thing in the morning that not only is this a fact, but there is no other wave characteristics in the world that would lock onto a person other than a high frequency tracking beam. Now, that's a carrier beam, what I just described. Now, these pulses inside of it are the communication, the microwave auditory harassment that I've been documenting for years. But our own Federal Communications Commission hasn't spent enough of their blood money to give a training class to all of their employees to even tell them what microwave auditory effect is. So we've literally got such a fraudulent FCC that they don't even take the budget from their satellite blood money to teach their employees what microwave auditory effect is, that this is a weapon. These people are oblivious that radio frequencies could be used as a weapon. Now, there might be a few people in the agency that have more information than others, but why is it that 10 times in a row when I call them, I'm dealing with people that are complete amateurs to this? No pun intended with the amateur radio thing. And they're not trying to stop it, okay? They're really not. So I will show you again. So if I get underneath of this, So that'll be the speech clips that I'm harassed with. And I'm getting about an 80% reduction with this setup. An 80% reduction. Okay? So when you're protecting your head, these people will attack your testicles, your stomach, other parts of your body. But as far as this DIY turnstile antenna over your head, I'm getting as much as an 80% reduction. And I want you people to be able to protect yourselves with this also. These go for about $20 a piece now, although this is a super cheap radio. They're probably making these for like $5 or less. This grill thing, you know what I mean? You could make something like this work. There is nothing else fancy about this. I actually broke this antenna off because I use it all the time and it still works great. That was an accident. So this is just a little AA powered radio. It works really, really well. If you use high energy batteries with like that extra 0.2 charge on it, you actually get a bigger difference also. It's pretty amazing. So this is definitely working, and I highly, highly recommend this because our government agencies are being left in the dark themselves. You know, I talked to like normal people that worked at the FCC. I'm not trying to talk crap about them. They just weren't told about this. And then another thing is there's a really good chance the FBI wasn't informed about this either. So there are instances where people are aware of this, and then there are instances where people are exploiting this sort of stuff and harassing people. I know for a fact I go through my house being irradiated every single day, and if there was some medicine you could just give people so that they don't have that, that would be the #1 prescription in the world right now. But what's happening is people are being irradiated. Okay? So, waking up, having a cup of coffee, and every single day I have to work on this first and foremost because I know that this is the most important thing. When I reported this to the FBI and told them this is a matter of national security, this is a matter of national security. Every single person with a pulse is getting tracked with this technology. And what's to stop them from torturing you like I've been tortured? With attacks on your testicles, with shocks on your heart, with headaches, with sleep deprivation, with noise campaigns. Microwave auditory effect for literally multiple years. Imagine the most annoying person that you can remember. Imagine not being able to turn off their annoying voice and it's being transmitted directly to your head for multiple years in a row. Okay, so that's really what this is, and it's part of PSYOPs. Okay, so if we look at what we know about PSYOPs, the information that the public has amassed about PSYOPs, this directly aligns with it. This is a variation of that, and I'm getting my brain attacked right now while I'm trying to speak. And I'll put this over my own head and get a moment of clarity and try to remember what I was going to say, because that's really what happens. If you're going through this at all, you would really relate to that. So notice how different it sounds when it's over my head here. You can really hear the communication patterns. Before I turned it up, it was even clearer, just as like a, see, like that. So, just having a coffee and getting harassed. You know, these people doing this are terrorists. These people doing this are conspiring against the United States public. And I am just extremely gifted and trying to help all of you guys. There's a lot of you that are gifted. You have to remind yourself all of your gifts. And share your gifts with the world. Help everybody else get through this. And hold the people that are responsible for this accountable. I promise you, this is not a lie, this is not a joke. This is a DIY turnstile antenna, and if you hold this over your head, even on the desk right here, I'm seriously feeling some reduction from this electromagnetic assault.